Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So if you have ever tried sending emails from your Spring Boot project using Gmail and hit with a wall like annoying rate limitations or spam filters, it's time to check out for a better alternative. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to integrate Brevo, a powerful email service, into your Spring Boot project in just 3 steps. We'll be sending emails both plain and HTML using Brevo's SMTP, and I'll walk you through every line of code that you need to do so. So let's get started, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more backend magic, quirky projects and developer friendly tutorials. Before diving into the email integration, let's actually explore Brevo a bit. Brevo is a powerful all-in-one communication platform designed for both developers and businesses to send emails, SMS, WhatsApp messages, etc. Think of it as a Gmail's grown-up cousin who runs marketing campaigns and automates workflows for a living. Let's check how Brevo outperforms Gmail. So sending bulk emails through Gmail are difficult. You might hit a wall with rate limits and spam filters, not getting analytics either. That's where Brevo steps in. It is built for scale, automation and insight. Whether you're sending a welcome email, a password reset or a full-blown newsletter campaign, Brevo gives you the tools to do it right. And yes, it is developer friendly. You just plug it in SMTP credentials or use their API and you're good to go. So here is the curated table with differences when we are trying to use Gmail versus Brevo for SMTP. Since we are going to be talking about these differences from more of a developer's perspective instead of a company's or a startup's perspective, we are going to remove this cost efficiency from here. So other than that, all these points are still what we are trying to look for. First one is the email volume. When we are trying to get like a lot of emails going, Brevo is the pick for you. If you're trying to get analytics, you can get open rates, you can get click tracking, bounce reports, etc. When you are talking about Gmail, you get only basic analytics over here. When we talk about automation, so a lot of stuff is not automated on Gmail. When you talk about Brevo, it provides full automation. It provides you with triggers, workflows and segmentation. And there are always risk of spam flags in Gmail, whereas in Brevo have optimized IPs. So there are less spam flags here. Then in Gmail, there are no rates provided either. When we talk about Brevo, there is always reusable templates available. And when we talk about integration, Gmail's integration is minimal. You can always use other tools to do so, but Gmail's inherent integrations are minimal. Whereas when we talk about Brevo, it integrates with CRMs, forms and e-commerce platforms, all of them. So I'm going to show you how to integrate Brevo in a Spring Boot project using generated SMTP credentials. So for the first step, we are going to create a Brevo account. It's free and you don't need to add your card either. After doing that, you need to get the SMTP credentials. For this, you need to go to the settings and under organization settings, click on SMTP and API. And you can see the generate a new SMTP key button on the right side here. I have already done this. As you can see under your SMTP key section, there is one master password row wherein you can see the key value 2. So all these settings we would be needing to configure in the project. Also, you can actually check out API keys and MCP section as well. And herein you will find the entire documentation and you can generate your first API key. And there is a Postman collection too for trying out all their APIs. You can actually fork this from this page and add it to your workspace. See that this is successfully imported and you see a lot of folders here which have endpoints that you can test, and the documentation for the API collection you can find on the website. So if you like to explore all the APIs and the respective functionalities that Brevo provides, you can do that as well. Brevo is also good for sending transactional emails. Transactional emails basically are automated one-to-one messages triggered by a specific user action or event. For example, say that you have made an order on any of the e-commerce platforms like Flipkart or Amazon or Myntra. So as soon as you place that order, you get one confirmation email on your account. So that is basically a transactional email because that is triggered when you have placed the order. When if by any reason your order got cancelled or lost in transit, something like that, you will also get another email regarding that as well. So these are basically transactional emails. When we look at the differences between transactional and marketing emails, you can see that the purpose of a transactional email is to inform or confirm something from the user, while of the marketing email is to promote their products or services. When talking about the audience, so transactional emails are focused on one person only, because that particular user has triggered that action. So there is one-to-one relationship among the email to the user. And when we talk about marketing email, there is one-to-many, since there is one email that is sent to a bunch of people, like thousands of people are receiving that same email. So then we're talking about triggers. So what triggers an transactional email is a sort of user action. It can be anything. It can be like the first time you logged into a particular place, or it can be when you placed an order, or it can be when you have cancelled an order. While we talk about marketing emails, there is no basic trigger to that. Basically, these emails are scheduled or whenever the campaign is running. So these are campaign based, you can say. And there are basically some legal restrictions to marketing emails, like you as a user have to opt in to receiving these emails. That is what we get for like signing up. And with every marketing email, you get one button to unsubscribe from that particular thing. And while we talk about transactional emails, on the other hand, they are often exempt from marketing laws. And when we talk about the content, so the type of content that is sent within transactional emails is functional and pretty personalized. And while talking about marketing email, it's basically promotional, and it's like promoting you to do something. It's like persuasive in nature. So step 2 would be setting up our project. So I'm going to choose language as Java and project type as Maven. And I'm going to name it as Spring Boot Demo Brevo Integration. And I'll keep the description as it is. Packaging would be jar. You can choose any Java version that you like for JDK. As for the dependencies, I'm going to select web, since we are going to create APIs, and for emailing we are going to select Java mail sender. And after that, I'm going to just click on generate. It will give me a zip file, and I'll download this zip file. And once I've extracted this zip file, I'm going to open it in my VS Code. You can actually use whichever IDE that you like. I'm using VS Code for now. So I'm going to check if all the dependencies are resolved by now. So I think it is done. I'm going to verify quickly if dependencies are there that I wanted. So yeah, this looks fine. We're going to go to application.properties, and herein what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some properties specific for sending emails from our project. So these all properties are actually available on our Brevo dashboard. As I mentioned earlier, that we are going to need these in our project. So I'm going to add the host, which is Brevo, and the port number is 587 as mentioned on the Brevo dashboard. I'm going to add the username, which is basically our Brevo ID for sending emails, and I'm going to use the password. For now, I'm adding some basic values, because I will actually save it in an environment file and then use it. So I'm going with some sample values for now. And then I'm going to add 2 more properties over here. Let us look closely at these last 2 properties. The first one here tells the Spring to basically that your SMTP server requires some kind of authentication. Since mailing services won't let anyone send emails anonymously, this is necessary. And the second property enables Start TLS. Start TLS is a protocol that upgrades plain SMTP connection to a secure encrypted one using transport layer security. This means that the content of your email and your credentials are encrypted. If you don't use this property in your SMTP credentials, and the content of your email could be sent like plain text and will then be vulnerable to interruption. Okay, so now that this is done, let us move ahead and actually write the logic required for sending mails from our ID using Brevo. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one Java package, and I'm going to name it as service. Then inside the service package, I'm going to create one class, and I'm going to call it as email service. And I'm going to annotate it with @service annotation. And after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one dependency for Java mail sender. And I'm going to annotate it with auto wired, so that whenever we require this dependency, this Spring IOC container will actually create the bean for us, the object for us. And after that, I'm going to create one method for sending text mail. So I'm going to name it as send email, and this method will have 3 parameters. The first will be to, the second will be subject, and the third will be body. And all of these will be of type string. And after that, there is a class in Java which is called as simple mail message. So I'm going to create an object of simple mail message class, and using the message object that I've just created, I'm going to call the setters from over here. So I'm going to type in set from, and this will contain your email ID. So basically like my email ID for now. So since I'm going to use the environment file, so I'm just keeping a sample value for now. I'm going to edit it later, and after that I'm going to use the same message object to call other setter methods, set to and set subject, so that you basically know whom you are sending this mail to and what is the subject of this mail. And after that, I'm going to use the set text method for actually setting the content of the email. And after that, there is just one task to do, that is to send the email. So mail sender dot send, and I'm going to pass the message object into this method. So now this is complete, and now what I can do is I can create one other package, and I'll going to call this as controller. And inside this controller package, I'm going to create one class, and I will name it as email controller. And I'm going to annotate it with @rest controller, and also with @request mapping. And I can give the path as /API/email. I think the suggest is actually helping here. And then after that, I'm going to create the dependency for the email service. So, and I am going to annotate this dependency with @autowired annotation again. Okay, so this is done, and now we are going to create the endpoint for sending a simple mail message. So I'm going to call this endpoint as send text email. Okay, so the return type of this endpoint will be string, since we don't want anything else other than success or a failure message. So the string type will be there, and this is going to actually contain an object of email request. Now this will be a DTO class. We haven't yet created this, but we are going to create it in a short while. Okay, let's do it now. So let's create a Java package and I'll call it as DTO. So inside the DTO package, I'm going to create a new Java file, a Java class, and I'm going to call it as email request. Correct this import right now. Okay, this is done. And I'm going to annotate this method in controller with @post mapping annotation, and I'm going to call this endpoint as send text. Since this is done inside, I'm going to start with a try catch block, and let's go inside the try block, and I'm going to call this method of send text email using the email service object that I just auto wired. And what I need to send with those parameters is I'll be needing to send request.get_to, request.get_subject, and request.get_text. Okay, so this is done. We are seeing these errors because we haven't yet added any fields to the email request object. Let's actually do it. So inside the email request class, I'm going to add 3 fields: private string to, private string subject, and private string body. So here and I have added these, and we are also going to add some getters and setters. So autocomplete can actually help us with this. So I'm going to just click on tab and this all will be done. So we are good to go now. So we are going, as you can see in the controller, all the errors are now resolved, and we can just return the response entity dot okay with a simple message over here, and we are going to say email sent successfully. Okay, great. And inside the catch block, what I'm going to do is I'm going to return response entity dot status and http status dot internal server error, and then I'm going to type in dot body, and inside the body we are going to give one failure message. So we can say failed to send email. Okay, this is done as well. Just going to add the semicolon over here. Okay, perfect. Let's just format it. So we have added the simple mail message part. So let's add one other service class for sending HTML email now. So this will be pretty much similar to previous method. So I'm going to just copy this as it is, and I'm going to just change the name of it, and this one will actually throw a messaging exception. So I'll add throws messaging exception in the method signature, and after that I'm going to start with MIME message. So there is a class in Java called MIME message, and I'm going to use mail sender object to call in the method create MIME message to initialize this object. After this, I'm going to actually create an object of MIME message helper class. So I'm going to initialize this object as well, and I'm going to pass in the object message that I've just created above in this method and true, so that this method actually accepts two. First is the object and then is the boolean value, and I'm going to use this helper object to call the setters, and I'm going to set in the email ID the to wherein I am sending the email, and then the subject, and then the text, which is going to be the HTML content. Okay, so this is done as well. So just remaining is the send method. So mail sender dot send message. Okay, this is done as well. So there is some error. Let's see if you can quick fix it. So it's an import error. We are going to fix this with the help of the IDE itself. Then I'm going to come to the controller layer, and I'm going to just copy this entire thing because it's going to be the same here. and I'm going to add the HTML in place of text here in the method name. So I'm going to change that, and the email request is going to be the same. Then I'm going to also copy the entire try catch block from the previous endpoint, and I'm going to just paste it here, and this is done. So instead of text, I'm going to add HTML, and after that, in the message success message, I'm going to add in HTML email sent successfully. This URL also needs to be changed from text to HTML, and we are all done. So in the terminal, I'm going to type in mvn spring boot run. This will actually start the application. And once it starts, I'm going to move out to Postman. And therein I have already created one Postman collection. And inside this collection, I've created a request for simple text email. And I'm going to just click send with this saved request body. And as you can see, there is one email I have gotten in my Gmail.